Hello, you beautiful souls of love and light. I thought I would share something with you as the sun. It's a bit noisy today, but try to give you a view here of my beautiful straw. Maybe you can see it. Anyway, while the sun is shining, I was just thinking about how since I released my video last evening about my musical background, some stories. I had a beautiful goddess who said she loves my stories that I share. So I was going to share this one that was coming to my mind when I was just thinking about it, about when I was a wee lass. Funnily enough, I can't remember what we call them here, but in Canada and also in America we call them paper towels. So as a wee lass, I had my own harp of sorts. Me and my brother, we used to do this a lot, me more so than him, but we would take the tissue boxes. And since my dad, who he worked for, is a postage company and a advert company, and so we always had loads of rubber bands in our home, because he was always going to the post office and doing things like that, sorting the post and all of that, in the post bags and things of that nature. So what I would do is I would, my parents, they weren't into recycling. Of course, it wasn't big then in the 60s and 70s. But anyway, I would take the tissue boxes and I would go hide them because they would toss them in the bin and I'd get in trouble. I'd get beaten for taking them. So I would take them and I'd hide them in my room. And then I would go and sneak and get rubber bands, loads of them, whatever colors, sizes, shapes. I mean, we had all sorts of colors, blues, purples, greens, reds, you name it, thin, thick strings, everything. And so I would wrap it around, these tissue boxes. And then, of course, the tissue box has like a hole, so that was kind of like my soundboard. So I had my soundboard and I would pluck the strings. I would pluck the beautiful strings of my harp. And then sometimes the paper towel rolls came in. Sometimes I would steal those, or we call it nicking here, I think. I would nick those, and I would, hide those as well, and or loo rolls, but those were kind of short. Or if we didn't have any, I would take paper and I'd roll it up, and I'd make a wee hole on the side of the tissue box, and I'd make it into a guitar. So I would play me guitar. So I had me harp and me guitar all in one, or two. Sometimes I had multiple boxes, but at any rate, it was just a funny thing that I used to do. And then I officially actually got my first instrument when I was 15, because as I said in my video, I was kind of forbidden, to do much musically. My instrument has always been my voice. So because I wasn't allowed to have instruments, and things of that nature, I created my own. I do things with, we had oatmeal containers. I would take and throw, beans in. I'd make my own drums, or shakers or things of that nature too. I was always doing that. Loved the tambourine, and used to play that whenever I could at friends' houses, and pianos. Had several friends, in our neighborhood, or for schooling events and things of that nature. I was always playing the piano at my school. But then I actually got my first piano keyboard, and I remember this. I was 15. I saved up all that I could, every last pence that I could from childminding, and because my parents wouldn't allow me to have one, and I actually bought my own. And so I had my own, and I remember that keyboard, because back then they were so bloody heavy. I mean, today they're, so light in comparison. But this one was so bloody heavy, and so to carry it around, it was, hard to do, and I hardly ever did. And then I ended up getting, the old-fashioned kind of headphones and whatnot, and I'd play with my headphones on so that, my parents wouldn't be upset. So So yeah, those are just some funny stories of things that, I thought about after I did that video and I wanted to share with you, and just to say I hope you're having a beautiful day, and it's beautiful here in the Strath, and I love you all, and thank you for all of your support and love for me playing. I will continue to be posting some more videos of the music that as it channels through me. I have several other songs that that have come through, and so I'll be posting those as they come. And I love you all. Have a beautiful day wherever you are on the earth, day, evening, wherever you are. Early morning for some of you in Canada. It's afternoon here. So love you all.